Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day. I'm waving flies away. You know, when flies have more of an exciting sex life than I do, it's time to, I don't know, run to the hills or something. These flies have been getting it on all over the place. In midair, on my hair holder, on the thing, near the broom, near the cat. Jeez. I'm sure I'm jealous of a fly's love life. I'm not really, please. Yeah, why am I coming at you? Oh, yeah, I was listening back to that other video because that's what I do, of course. When I put them up, I listen back. Excuse me, do you like how my hair curls up because of the weather? I have curly hair. What can I do? Wavy. Okay. I was listening back to the other video and it put me in the mind of, do you remember a few weeks ago when I was feeling sentimental? I'm delicately, nonchalantly trying to reach for my coffee and I'm going to knock everything over. Oh, wait, that's the wrong... Okay. Do it the old-fashioned way. Look at it. All right. Several weekends ago, I was kind of feeling nostalgic for my professor that I adored so in Houston Community College by the name of Dr. George Ross. And this is where I took American Literature 1 and 2 and English Composition 2 from him. And so, talking about Edgar Allan Poe and all that stuff on the other video put me in the mind of his class and the fun things we did, and I just thought I'd bloviate a bit about some of the classics. Okay. What he had us do that was so interesting, and most people thought we were weird, but you could always tell when somebody was taking Dr. Ross's class because the elevator at the college would be filled with students holding those, you know those styrofoam heads, you know, that they're used to display wigs. My mother used to wear wigs. It was so sweet. Well, back in the day, I think a lot of ladies did. Anyhow. What he would have us do is go out and buy one of those, and we were supposed to, that was called a Poe head, ladies and gentlemen, a Poe head like Edgar Allan Poe, and, we were supposed to indicate what we felt was going through his head, or what drove him to do the things he did, by utilizing the Poe head to display various things. Get it? Like for mine, and I displayed mine in my apartment for years to come, and it was so funny because people would come over, they're like, what is going on there with this thing, with stuff? I used pipe cleaners, and, you know, Annabelle Lee was sticking out here, and Madness was over here, whatever. Fun stuff, ladies and gentlemen, things I don't think kids do these days. I don't know any kid that's ever made a Poe head. But that put me in the mind of one of my favorite authors, and that would be Truman Capote. You remember Truman? Well, anyhow, maybe you don't. I loved Truman Capote. I loved him since I was a kid, and of course he's dead. Tragically dead. But the books that I liked that he wrote, now of course In Cold Blood was a Pulitzer Prize winner about the, you know, the murder of that family out in Kansas, I think it was. Okay. I liked his holiday books. They were so good. I did my term paper on a Thanksgiving Visitor and the Christmas Memory. Oh, they are so good, ladies and gentlemen. If you get a chance this holiday season or just whenever to read Edgar Allan Poe, the one that I recommend the highest, not Edgar Allan Poe, Truman Capote, his book, short story about his childhood in Alabama with his elderly cousin, actually, named Sook. Pardon me, I'm not prepared. It's called A Christmas Memory. Beautiful. I mean, he really has you in the moment with, you know, his visionary kind of writing. What do you call it? His, I'm going blank now on how to describe it. You know, he uses, what's the word I'm looking for? Not visionary. I don't think that's the word. Descriptive visions in his writing, something like that. That really brings you right to the scene. It's really beautifully done. He's, you know, humorous in parts, of course. Very touching. By the end of the short story, you probably will cry unless you have a heart of stone. Because, of course, you know, he gets word that Sook died. And, yeah, I hate to break it to you, she died. Well, so did he. But, yeah, extremely, and what an excellent writer. I mean, he just, the imagery, that's the word I'm looking for, throughout, really captivated the audience. and had us there in southern Alabama in the 1930s, I think. Super good writer. Oh my God, and what a interesting case study he was, wasn't he, ladies and gentlemen? Well, he was gay in the day when you didn't, you know, you weren't gay or you didn't go on about it, but he was never closeted to my knowledge. I knew all along, even when I was a kid. My parents didn't. See, I was raised in a manner where we didn't go on or hate gays or call them names or think anything weird about it, really. So, in fact, my parents rented one of the apartments that we had above the Jacqueline shop to a gay guy, and his, you know, lover used to come over and they'd have fights and stuff, and I think that they both lived there. And, you know, and back in that day, Mom and Dad might have been maybe even looked down upon for renting to them, whatever. I don't know how this turned into some pro-gay video, but it did. As happens with me quite frequently. So anyhow, yeah. I really enjoyed, of course, Truman Capote. And Edgar Allan Poe was fabulous. Another one that uses the imagery and really brings you in. And, oh dear, so many. One of my favorite writers, actually, believe it or not, is Larry McMurtry, who wrote Lonesome Dove. I love Lonesome Dove, everything about it. I can pretty much quote the movie from stem to stern, as they say. And also, I read the book, and I read the prequel, and the sequel, and the other prequel, and then I read his, I think it's called Barberry Letters. That was really captivating and good. Yeah, I like Larry McMurtry. He did Terms of Endearment. Last Picture Show. What is with the flies, ladies and gentlemen? So I suppose this is your literary minute. And speaking of which, I got my books in the mail about the what's his name? Zechariah Sitchin. His books about the ancient Anunnaki and how the Sumerian tablets and the book of Genesis and all that. Oh, I'm so elated. I'm very tickled. So, pardon me. At any rate, I suppose that's all for right now, but you never know with me. I'll be back soon. I owe a great deal of gratitude to Dr. George Ross of Houston Community College. I mean, he was, you know, that one person sticks out in your mind. Teacher, you know, I'm talking about teachers, really. It was Dr. George Ross. What a fabulous guy. And some people kind of made fun of him, I guess, in a way. That they thought it was, I guess I'm going to bloviate some more. They thought it was juvenile, I think, for the Poe heads. I didn't, of course, because I am juvenile. Give me a break. And also, like, on the first day of class, what we would do is he would just sit us down and say, he would give us a subject, and you'd have to do a short essay right there so you could kind of see where you were. In terms of your skills, you know, where you need improvement. Or where you're at, as people say. Oh, I can't stand that. Where's it at? Ugh. Okay, I'm sorry. And then he would give us the assignment. What we were to do is go, we had several days to do it. We would make a collage about our lives, ladies and gentlemen. And it was really fun. You could use actual pictures, and you'd stand up and say, well, this is my life. I'm into horses. I have a boyfriend. Blah, blah, blah. I'm from Pennsylvania. You know, and you could have a map of PA or whatever you wanted on there. Well, if you were me, you would, because I was from PA. So, I thought that was a really unique way. And we had, of course, there's always one in every class. We had a woman who was kind of eccentric, I guess, and different. I loved her, of course. And she, rather than making a collage, she dressed the part. Pretty clever. Yeah, I don't remember the details, but she had, you know, this represents my undying love for my husband, or however, whatever. Okay, I guess that's all, ladies and gentlemen. Just your literary almost 10 minutes at this point. Tell me in the comment section if you feel the urge. What is your favorite classic and why? Signing off, Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day. Back soon.